Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be learning how to make a homemade lasagna. First thing you're going to want to do is to gather and prepare your ingredients. You're going to need 1 package of no-boil lasagna noodles, 2 to 3 pounds of hamburger meat, or you can add Italian sausage, or you can substitute, just whatever your preference. 3 cans of tomato paste, 1 large can of crushed tomatoes, 1 jar of your favorite red sauce, 1 15-ounce ricotta cheese, or whatever Walmart has. I believe mine is 32 ounces. That's all they had. 1 egg, Parmesan cheese, as much shredded mozzarella cheese as your little heart can vary. Seasonings, parsley, and Italian seasonings. So the first thing you're going to want to do is if you do not have no boil lasagna noodles, you need to go ahead and get those prepared. Get your water boiling and get those prepared while your hamburger meat and your oven preheats. For no boil lasagna noodles will say oven ready on the package. So I have already got my hamburger meat cooked and drained. I have my oven preheated to 375. And then we are going to add our tomato paste, seasonings, crushed red peppers, and your favorite red sauce. Start by adding a little bit of seasoning. Some parsley. And then we're going to give that a little toss. Just to evenly distribute out the seasonings before we add our sauces. We are going to add our 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Our 3 cans of tomato paste. Once you've got your sauce and your meat mixed together, I'm going to add an extra little dash of Italian seasoning. And you just season until your ancestors tell you to stop. And then we're going to mix that back up. Now we love her and leave her alone until we start to see bubbles kind of form, and then we're going to stir it again. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to prepare our ricotta cheese. So you want your tub of ricotta cheese and some kind of bowl. I'm going to use this big mixing bowl. And you're going to put the ricotta cheese into the bowl. Where's the tag? Give her a squeeze and she'll pop right out. Flawless. I'm going to take a fork and give her a little mash. Now that she is out of blob form, we are going to take our egg and add it to the mixture. And then mix, mix, mix. Now that we've got that mixed up, we're going to add in our grated Parmesan cheese. You just kind of want to cover the top of the ricotta with the Parmesan, and then you want to mix it together. You need to stir. Now we are ready to prepare. We've got our nice, beautiful, beautiful mixture here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your pan and you're going to put a layer of meat sauce on the bottom of the pan. This will give the noodles something to lay on and keep the noodles from sticking to the bottom of the pan. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. I know it looks a little funky, but this is a trust the process. Step number 2, you're going to take your pasta and you're going to layer the top of the lasagna. Now that we have got our first layer of meat sauce and noodles, we are going to take a healthy dollop of our ricotta mixture, and we are going to spread that over the top of the noodles. It does not have to be perfect, so please do not be pressured into perfection. Next layer, meat sauce. Now this recipe is designed for a large casserole dish and large family meals. You can add or take away ingredient amounts to fit the scale of who you are cooking for. After you have your first layer of meat, noodles, ricotta cheese, and meat, you're going to repeat this process until your pan is completely full. I'm making a mess with my cheese, but that's okay. All right, give her a little pat down so she's nice and in place. And then you're going to want to take your tin foil and you're going to want to cover this. I like to vent my tin foil so my cheese kind of browns on the inside a little more. And basically all that means is I'm just going to take the